Hello, this is Ken Cusey back with another unboxing. Let's take a look and see what we got today. Can we do a little knife here? I normally don't recommend taking a knife and bringing it to, but there's a camera in the way, so that'll block the pain. And here we go. This is, as you can tell, a Luminox. I did a Luminox unboxing not too long ago. That was a Luminox P38 Lightning. This one's a different one. That other watch was what you call an automatic watch, meaning that you, through your movement or through winding, there's a wheel in the back that spins, that rewinds it, or there's a crown you can wind on that P38 Lightning automatic watch. This one, though, is going to be a quartz watch. Now, Luminox has a couple things that they're famous for. One is their luminescence. They've got a 25-year half-life radioactive tubes filled on the dial that keep the watch illuminated for 25 years. The radiation emitted was very within safe levels, but also the other Luminox thing that is, I guess what their claim to fame has to do with their partnerships or associations with different military organizations. And some of the money that they raise for some of these watches does go to support some of these organizations. And this comes in a really funky box. This is a Swiss-made watch, which means that 60% or more of the components and the manufacture process occurred in Switzerland. That's what their standard is. So let's take a look and open it up. Ooh, so this one came off of Amazon. And this watch is an Ice-Sar. So you can see the box. Let's take a look at the box first and foremost. Warranty card, booklet, and a really cool box that will protect the watch when you travel or store it. I mean, this is solid plastic. Let's get rid of that. And here's the watch. What appealed to me on this watch are two things. First of all, this watch is partnered with Ice-Sar. It's the Iceland Search and Rescue Team. Iceland is the smallest population in Europe, and despite that, there's a huge population of tourists that go to Iceland every year, and these tourists like to travel and tour some of the glaciers and the volcanoes and some of the other things. In fact, they have a very unfortunate record of having people get lost or injured. So this volunteer program of like 4,000 people, they're called Ice-Sar, they actually go out and rescue these people that get lost or injured or while they're hiking. So the money that's raised from the sell this watch, a portion of it goes to that organization, and Luminox is the sponsor. So one of the three things that attracted me to this watch is that connection to that organization. The second thing that attracted me, if you can tell at the top, instead of a noon, it says 112. Well, 112 is equivalent to our 911. So parts of the world, if you dial in 112, you're going to get an emergency services person. So what makes it interesting to me is my birthday is 112, as is Steve Bezos, just so you know. So me and the richest man in the world have that in common. The third thing that attracted me to this watch is that blue dial. It is to die for. I love it. Take the plastic off. As you can see, the time is wrong, but this also has a date, a time, and a cool countdown bezel. Those are different seconds markers. You can see, of course, the dial has both the 1 through 12, and then on the inside ring, it has military time. On the back, you can see is the Ice-Sar logo. Let's take off this plastic piece too. Yeah, it looks like I've never done this before, right? Apparently my fingernails aren't as good as they used to be. Must be watching too many scary movies and taking my fingernails off as I'm biting them during the scary parts of movies. No, just kidding. All right. There it is. Luminox Swiss-made Ice-Sar. This is made of carbonics. The case is carbonics with a sapphire crystal. and it's got some H3 luminescence, 200 meter water resistance. It's also somewhat shock resistant. Yeah, pretty cool. Very, very nice watch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the time. I'm gonna put it on my wrist. I'm gonna take off the watch I'm wearing today. So the watch I'm wearing today is the Glycine Airman Automatic World Timer. This watch can track 3 time zones, and it's a pilot's watch that when people began to fly back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, airline pilots would have to set their watch to Greenwich Mean Time or UTC, and based on where they were taking off from and landing to, you'd have up to 3 time zones they'd want to track. This one you can manually do it. You can see here that it's 20 after 1 here, and then it's 16:20 in New York, and then of course I've got the bezel can change. But enough about that. Let's put on the other watch. Hold on, please. So here we have the watch on my wrist. I've got roughly a 7.5 inch wrist. You can see that this fits perfectly. Again, it's a big watch. And speaking of big watch, we're gonna go ahead and look at that nice, I don't know if this is a nylon, but it's a nice strap. I think we could take that in the water without a problem. 200 meters water resistance, as you can see on the dial. But that blue, along with those red hands and some of the red and white numbering, is amazing. So let's go ahead and measure the different dimensions of the watch. We're gonna update. So with my new watch videos, we're gonna start doing some measurements, just so you guys out there know how this watch sizes up compared to some other watches you might have. So hold on. So here's the hang tag, XL 1003. Here's the watch. Let's take a look here. When I look at a width of the watch, I'm getting about 47, depending on where you take the width of it, 47-ish. Let's see how thick it is. Getting about just under 14. And the lug width looks like it's 22, and then lug to lug, this watch is about 52. So that should give you, I gotta get a new battery here for my tool, but yeah, so it looks like it's 46, 47 across, maybe let's call it 46, and then 52, 22. You know what, one thing I didn't measure is how thick it is this way. 13, 14, yeah, 13 and a half-ish. Huh, pretty amazing. So good watch. I would highly recommend this for anyone that wants a watch you can see at night. It doesn't require the sun to charge it because there's that H3 luminescence in those little tubes around the bezel inside the watch there. And so it will light up, and based on the coloration, you'll be able to tell. There's also the tubes on the hands, so the large hand, the small hand. The second hand doesn't have illumination, but the minute and the hour hand do. Like I said, it's got the date. It's got these little markers for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where you'll see the illumination, and that would help you at night to use this watch. And because it's shock resistant, it's a sapphire crystal, it's 200 meters water resistant, it truly can be used in the water or when you're doing things that might require a little bit more strenuous activity without having to worry about it. The bezel does not spin, and that's okay because this watch isn't, you can see it's got basically a timer, so you can see that as the second hand goes from 2, 3, 4, 10, 15, 20, so you can time things, or you can use that in minutes too, so if you're not using the seconds, you can time in minutes as well. Anyway, I hope this helps and answer some questions. The crown does not screw down. The crown is got a gasket though, so it does have claimed 200 meter of water resistance. So I'll take this in my pool and verify that it works that way. But anyway, with the box and everything, not a bad looking watch. That blue again is killer to die for. It's a bigger watch, like say 46 millimeters across. So if you're a smaller wrist person, you may or may not like this, but it does fit well. I mean, if you look, it really comes down nicely. Anyway, I appreciate you watching, and thank you for watching Ken QC and the unboxing of the Luminox Ice-Sar model XL 1003 quartz. Have a great day.